What role did the Communist Party play in the dissolution? The story of the Soviet Union's end is fascinating and complex, with the Communist Party of the Soviet Union at its center. This party was once the dominant force in Soviet life, controlling everything from politics to society. However, its grip began to weaken in the late 1980s, leading to a dramatic shift in power and ultimately the dissolution of the Union. Mikhail Gorbachev took the helm as General Secretary of the Communist Party in 1985. He introduced two major reforms, glasnost, which means openness, and perestroika, meaning restructuring. These changes aimed to revive the struggling economy and political system. By allowing more freedom of speech and criticism, Gorbachev unintentionally sparked nationalist movements across the Soviet republics. This shift weakened the Communist Party's authority and the unity of the Union itself. As these reforms took hold, the traditional power of the Communist Party began to fade. By 1990, state institutions started to gain more influence than the party structures. Gorbachev began to rule more independently, moving away from the party's Politburo. The Communist Party tried to adapt by proposing a new program for a more democratic socialism, but this effort failed to restore its dominance. In August 1991, hardline members of the Communist Party and military leaders staged a coup to overthrow Gorbachev. They wanted to reverse his reforms and preserve the Soviet system. However, this coup failed due to strong public resistance and the leadership of Boris Yeltsin, who was the president of the Russian Republic. This failure severely damaged the Communist Party's legitimacy and sped up the collapse of Soviet authority. After the coup, Gorbachev resigned from the Communist Party. The party's activities were suspended and eventually banned in Russia. Power shifted to Republican leaders like Yeltsin, who played a key role in forming the Commonwealth of Independent States. Several republics declared their independence, marking a significant shift in the political landscape. By December 1991, the Soviet Union officially dissolved, ending the Communist Party's central role in governance. The party transformed from an unchallenged ruling force to a weakened institution. Internal reform efforts, rising nationalist pressures, and the failed coup all contributed to the party's decline and the Soviet Union's end. The loss of the Communist Party's monopoly on power and the emergence of independence movements were vital in this historic change.